Are we ready? Okay, excellent. So count and to go. Here we go in a 3, a 2, 1. Good evening. I'm WSA 9 meteorologist Topper Shutt. Thanks for joining us on Facebook, YouTube. We're going to go through the storm in great detail, and we're going to start with where the storm is right now. This is the same storm again that just hammered California. Hurricane force winds, 5 to 10 feet of snow, and some mudslides down into Southern California. So we have a lot of snow pulling out of the Great Basin area into the Four Corners area. Notice this moisture here. This is kind of interesting to me. It's running through the Texas Panhandle. So we're getting almost a strong subtropical jet here. It's going to actually infuse this storm with even more moisture. It's a pretty potent storm. So here's what's going to happen. We talked about this yesterday. So this storm comes out of the Great Basin, kind of clips through the Texas Panhandle, and then dies out in the Ohio Valley. And it's this storm here, okay, that gives us the initial surge of snow on Sunday. We are very confident it's going to snow here on Sunday. The second storm, as it transfers its energy to another storm in North Carolina that eventually moves off the coast, that's going to give us the second round of snow. I'm not as confident as I am in the first round. I think it's going to happen, but boy, pinning it down is going to be very difficult because what we're trying to do here is figure out where a storm is going to develop exactly, how strong it's going to be, and its exact track before the storm is even formed. That's a little tough. This one is not so bad. This storm will just follow, and it will give us a good slug of moisture on Sunday. In fact, here's what we're thinking. Because it's 2 rounds and 2 different storms, this is the first snowfall map, ending at 7 p.m. on Sunday. Everybody, looks like 3 to 5 inches to me. There'll be spots with 6, and out to the south and west, 6 to 8 inches, out toward Harrisonburg and down toward Charlottesville. So this is great news for you folks in southern Maryland. And as I mentioned yesterday, I still stand by this. This first wave of snow will be probably 92% of your snow in southern Maryland. The first wave of snow up to the north will probably be between 50 and 60% of your snow. There's a chance you could get just as big a burst on Monday as that secondary storm begins to spin up. I've had that break my heart before. We'll see if that comes to pass. So, we had to dust off the breadometer. Man, it was dusty, too. On a scale of 1 to 10, from nuisance storm 1 to 10, January 2016, run for your lives. Or, as I like to say, you could also put in the storm of 03 there, or 2010. We're going to give this a pretty high rating. It's going to be certainly a legitimate storm. Ends up to be about a 6. So it's sleddable, it's plowable, and because it's going to continue into Monday, it will have a little bit of an impact. But essentially, we've all been home for 9 months, so we've been preparing for this for 9 months. Might actually be a good distraction for the kids. So we have a yellow weather alert Sunday into Monday. What are the impacts? Well, let me go back to this a second. What are the impacts? The impacts are going to be less on Sunday than they will be on Monday. But again, it's going to affect us for 2 days. All right, so there's the legitimate storm of a 6. All right, let's go back now to the yellow weather alert. Sunday and Monday. All right, so slick roads, well, that's going to be high. Dog towels, yeah, I'm going to need dog towels for Peaches and Sherry in the back. Slow travel high. Now, power outages, I have it on the table, so to speak, but it's not going to be a big deal. Winds are not going to be super strong with either storm. In fact, almost negligible with the first storm. As a secondary storm develops off the coast, they will increase Sunday into Monday, but I think nothing over 10 to 20. Not so bad. Okay, so Melissa, interrupt me anytime for a question. Timeline. Snow across the entire DMV Sunday morning. Below freezing, 25 to 30. Snow continues through the afternoon. There's our 3 to 5 inches by 7 o'clock. Temps creeping up to 32. And you might see a mix into southern Maryland by 7, 8 o'clock at night. Essentially, Sunday night's a lull. So it's between the first California storm that's dying out and the secondary storm hasn't developed yet. So not much happens. A little bit of light snow or a mix or even some rain south and east of D.C. Temps, creeping up a little bit, 28 to 34. Now, we get into Monday morning. The second storm, begins to intensify, move offshore, drag cold air back. So snow begins to intensify again by noon, and the rain or mix turns back to snow. So you folks in southern Maryland, we'll see it end as snow. What I'm saying is the second round will not add appreciably to your totals after the first round. Temps, 28 to 34. And again, that's Monday morning. Monday afternoon into the evening, another burst of snow. And some models are pretty bullish on this second burst of snow north and west of town. Right now, between noon and, say, 9 o'clock, I think we'll see an additional 3 to 6 inches north and west of town. So if you're in southern Maryland, you might see an inch or two, but I think if you are north of town and west of town, you'll see another second pretty good burst. Okay, we'll pick out some cities. Remember, this only goes 48 hours. So the NAM's most bullish here, 6 inches in Frederick. Leesburg, NAM most bullish, 6 inches, although the graph's pretty close to 5.5. And Hagerstown, NAM's pretty bullish at 6 inches. By the way, I like the NAM model. So we'll see if this plays out here. All right, so let's talk about the forecast. This is the GFS, and this is the snowfall. Little bit of snow by Sunday morning. And then I really like this. I think this is that general 3 to 5 inch. I agree with the model on this. That's ending at 7 o'clock on Sunday. Not much happens, although by Monday morning, a little bit of snow tries to move back, okay, north and northeast of town. And we'll advance this. Now, this is where the model, I think, is not lost its mind. It's in the realm of possibility, but I don't know if this second band is going to kind of wrap all the way around D.C. I think, yes, Gaithersburg, Clarksburg, Frederick, Hagerstown, Martinsburg, even Leesburg, pretty good chance of getting a good thumping with a second round of snow. But will it come and cross over I-66, even go into across 95 in Fairfax County? It's possible. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's possible. Remember, the storm won't develop until Sunday morning. So I'm trying to talk about something that hasn't even formed yet. Now, so here's my take. Here's the NAM take, and I really like the NAM on this. This is the NAM ending 7 p.m. on Sunday, 6 inches across the board. So it's a little more bullish. I have a 3 to 5 inch snowfall. This is saying 5 to 6 inch snowfall across the board. All right, and then we take it into Monday. Not much happens overnight on Sunday. The numbers didn't change. But then, even this is trying to say, hey, a little bit more snow falls Monday, up to 10 inches now in Leesburg, but notice these numbers didn't change much south and east of town. So that, I think, is more reasonable, but I'm still have a little skepticism about that. So here's what we're thinking. Round 2, 7 p.m. Sunday to 7 p.m. Monday. A trace, to an inch south of town, 1 to 3 inches through Fairfax, Silver Spring, Gaithersburg, and then, yes, a 3 to 6 inch band in the blue here up toward Frederick and kind of curling up toward Baltimore, including Leesburg and Martinsburg and Hagerstown. So that's what I'm thinking. Will we have to change this? Yeah, we'll update it. I don't think we're going to really change it tonight at 11 unless I see something eye-popping. I mean, we could probably make this maybe, 1 to 2 and maybe make this 2 to 4, but I don't know. We'll just see where this low sets up. If it sets up too far north, then this heavy band goes north of us and misses us, and that happens a lot. If it doesn't intensify, it won't really pull the cold air down, nor will it have enough moisture to wrap around. So we shall see. All right, Silver Spring, D.C., Bethesda, that's right in here, right in there, kind of inside the Beltway there, or just outside in Silver Spring. So, yeah, this is the second round. I got you in the 1 to 3 band, and I got you in the 3 to 5 band for the first round. So that's 4 to 8 inches total in here. Maybe I'll add up the bands tonight and make some city forecast for you. But that's about the same in D.C. and Silver Spring and Chevy Chase and Bethesda. Well, Baltimore area, I think you're going to get thumping on that second round. So I've got you in the 3 to 5, but then we're going to add 3 to 6. So now we're at 6 to 11, 6 to 12 inches in the Baltimore area combined by Monday night at 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you this. Snow by dawn on Sunday, it's going to accumulate rapidly. It's super cold, and we're looking at untreated roads become slick very quickly. It's a two-pronged storm. Again, Sunday snow, and then Monday afternoon and evening snow, a lull Sunday night, and then accumulating snow Sunday and again Monday. The storm will last 48 to 60 hours. So, in some ways, we're lucky it's not a full-fledged blizzard. Anytime you got a storm lasting 48 hours, okay. All right, so this is the Futurecast, this is the American model, and it has good snows. 9 o'clock on Sunday. Again, the darker bands of blue are the heavier snows. Good snows Sunday afternoon at 2:30. And remember, this model yesterday had rain to D.C. by 2:30. So it's kind of come around to the European model a bit and saying, okay, it's going to stay cold. Now, this is unusual. You see these arrows? That's southeasterly winds. We can't hold on to a southeast wind too long and maintain snow. We really can't. We can maintain some sleet, freezing rain, but it will erode some of the layers in the upper levels of the atmosphere and make it too warm to snow. But right now, 2:30 in the afternoon on Sunday, it's got snow down to Patuxent River and Fredericksburg. 8 o'clock at night. Now, it does bring rain all the way up to D.C. I think this is a little much. I think we're going to lose the upper levels, but I think it's going to be tough at the surface to get anybody above freezing from just around the D.C. area, 66 and north, which means I think it could go to light sleet. It could go to light freezing rain. It still has its snow, though, up or over I-70. Then it does carry the rain further north on Monday and still makes it a mix along I-70. And then, boom, Monday afternoon, here comes that second wave. Notice the winds now are more northeast. That will pull down colder air. You want snow, you want a northeast wind. Wow, that's what you want. And now, pretty good snows. This is 7 o'clock on Monday. So we could see, according to this model, pretty good snows from like noon to 7 o'clock. So this could add an inch down toward La Plata. It could add a couple inches in D.C., but I think it's going to add much more north and west of town. 7 o'clock on Tuesday, just some snow showers, and then that's out of here. Yes, Melissa. Okay, good question. Will there be snow and ice? What time will it start Sunday? It'll start by dawn Sunday. That hasn't changed in the last day or so. That looks like a pretty good lock. So by the time you wake up Sunday, it's going to be snowing. And becoming pretty heavy and pretty steady by mid-morning. Okay, so the ice part, there's going to be some transitions from snow to sleet to even plain rain if you're south of D.C., but I don't think we're going to see an ice storm or anything like that. We might see a glaze. Some areas on Sunday night, it might be a case where we have some just freezing drizzle, but I don't think we're going to see a full-fledged ice storm. So we're not really worried about, that's one reason I'm not worried about power outages, in addition to the fact that I don't think we're going to see much wind. But that's a good question. That's the way it looks right now. This is our friend, the European model. Here's the snow. I mean, almost down to Norfolk. That's noon on Sunday. Snow continues 6 p.m. on Sunday. And it, does keep it in snow in D.C. right on through Sunday night. And you see the arrows here. This is where the low pressure is now developing, okay? And as we go through Monday, 6 o'clock in the morning, it has more snow. So here's the storm is essentially off Norfolk at this point. And then by the time we get to noon on Monday, more snow. So one thing, it's kind of a rule. So the center of the storm, if we draw a line, is south of D.C. Once this storm gets past our parallel, what I call our parallel, then we really get gypped in terms of moisture. Then it becomes just a New England storm. But because it's still south of us, that is one reason I'm a little more confident we're going to see that second round of snow on Monday. By 6 p.m., notice it's still sitting here south of us. See, it's south of the parallel. Still have snow in the metro. This is the European model. It's pretty aggressive. And then by midnight on Tuesday, late Monday night, it begins to move off and move away and hit parts of New England as well. So it's going to be a pretty big storm for much of the eastern seaboard. So snow accumulates rapidly on Sunday. Untreated roads will be dangerous. Untreated roads, in fact, will remain slippery through Monday. Why? Because temps are going to struggle to get to over 32 north and west of town. I don't think they're going to make it. Well, some flight delays and cancellations are going to be, they're going to be all over the place on Sunday and Monday. So just be advised. And I know some schools are out, but some schools, have activities over the weekends. Those will probably be canceled on Sunday. If you still are trying to go to church on Sunday, it's going to be some kind of slippery. So I do that virtually. And it will continue into Monday. So I would just do all your errands on Saturday, get in Saturday night, and just enjoy the snow on Sunday. That sounds like heaven to me, quite frankly. because the roads are going to be slick. Now, they are brining the heck out of the roads everywhere, so where they're treated, they're going to be okay. But there's going to be a couple of times where the snow is going to be coming down pretty hard, and even treated roads will become slippery. But untreated roads will remain slippery through Monday. No doubt about that. So, make hay tomorrow. Do your errands. Cold. Yellow weather alert Sunday. Yellow weather alert Monday. Snow on Sunday. Rain and a mix and snow. Back to snow on Monday. So, after that, the Groundhog Day is Tuesday. I don't think you should see a shadow. It's going to be cloudy in Pennsylvania, but every time it's cloudy in Pennsylvania, they go, oh, he saw a shadow again. If he sees a shadow, he declares 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't, he declares an early spring in 2 weeks. We'll see. Chilly on Wednesday, and then low 50s Thursday, and look at that, mid-50s on Friday with just plain rain on Friday. So this is not going to stick around that long. Melissa, any more questions? I can't really go county by county with snow totals. We can go city by city, and we have bands. And if you can look at the map and identify your county, you can kind of glean that information. But I really can't go county by county, but I'll go through them again. Yeah, we'll get them. We'll get as fine a detail as we can. So here's the storm, Great Basin. Travels to the panhandle of Texas, dies out in the Ohio Valley, transfers its energy North Carolina, and then becomes a coastal storm. If the storm were transferring its energy off the coast, there would be no talk of freezing rain or sleet or anything. It would be a perfect snow and a classic situation for us. In some ways, it is a classic setup. We have a high pressure to the north bringing down cold air. So in some ways, it is classic, but it's not perfect because a secondary storm develops inland. And the time it develops and gets off coast will be the time it erodes some of our cold air. Okay, so here's what we're thinking. And again, this is ending 7 p.m. on Sunday. This is round 1. All right? You don't really even need to know your counties. 3 to 5 inches across the board. Across the board. A little bit more south and west. Harrisonburg, Charlottesville, Orange, maybe Luray, maybe 6 to 8. But the first round's pretty easy, 3 to 5. So get off the roads. You don't be on the roads on Sunday. They're going to get slippery pretty fast. Yeah, the breadometer, sure, absolutely. Legitimate storm, nuisance storm 1, legitimate storm 5, run for your lives 10. That's like 2016 or 2010 or 2009 or 2003 or 96. That was a great storm. We're going to give this a legitimate status, in part because it's our biggest snow in 2 years. It's also going to last 2 days. Might be a little higher if it were Monday and Tuesday, but it's a Sunday and a Monday, so knocks it down just a little bit. But it's sleddable and plowable. That's good. Okay. Impacts, yellow weather alert. Well, you know slick roads are going to be high impact. Dog towels, you need those to, wipe the dog's feet. Slow travel, high. And hopefully you're not trying to go anywhere. Again, power outages on the table, but low. It's not going to be a wet snow. In fact, it's going to start off as a very dry snow on Sunday. That's bad for packing snowballs and bad for trying to make snowman. It will get a little more moisture on it on Monday. Better chance for snowballs on Monday. So, timeline. Snow across the DMV, Sunday morning, 25 to 30. By afternoon, 3 to 5 inches by 7 o'clock. Boom. Temperature still freezing or below. A bit of a lull Sunday night. That's when the West Coast storm dies, and the other storm is kind of in its embryonic stages. Hasn't developed yet. It's getting there. It's just learning how to walk, okay? So not much is going to happen Sunday night. Temps inching up a little bit above freezing south and east of D.C. But then Monday, as the storm moves off the coast, winds turn more northeast, brings back colder air. It intensifies by noon. So the rain or mix turns back to snow, 6 a.m. to noon, 28 to 34. And then the models are pretty lockstep with this burst of snow, north and west, mainly north and west, noon to 9 p.m., an additional 3 to 6 inches north and west of town. Listen. Someone said, ask if this will be the last big storm of the season. I don't know. It could be. We were never expecting a bunch of snow this year. I would be surprised if we didn't get one more storm, whether that's, 3 3 inches or another 8 to 10 inch snow. I think there's one more in the winter for us, yes. I hope so. I mean, the last 2 winters have been horrible. So, Frederick snowfall next 2 days. So, again, the NAM is the most bullish with 6 inches. And Leesburg, NAM most bullish with about 6 inches as well. And then Hagerstown, about 5 inches. But remember, all these numbers do not include round 2. These are just 48-hour numbers. So it includes most of Sunday. And quite frankly, once you get to 7 p.m. on Sunday, not much is going to change with those numbers. So, GFS, yes, has a little bit of snow already in place on the ground by Sunday morning. And I really like the 4 inches, okay? A general snowfall, 3 to 5 inches across the board. This is Sunday now. Now, as we get into Sunday night and Monday morning, it tries to bring some more snow south of I-70 into Montgomery County and Howard County. And then look what happens. It tries to really bring some pretty good snows Monday night or Monday evening into places like Manassas and Fairfax and Leesburg and Gaithersburg and Frederick. So, you know, these numbers, not so crazy. I just don't know if we're going to see another batch of heavy, heavy snow all the way south of I-66. Why? That's that storm. Hasn't developed. We don't know exactly where it is. Remember, you know, we're trying to track these storms where they're going to develop over the surface of the globe. So if we're 50 miles off, that's a pretty good forecast, but it can change these numbers. Good question. What are the chances of the mix not going into D.C. and staying all snow in D.C.? I would say maybe a 40 or 50% chance. I think because we're going to get that lull on Sunday night, when you have a lull in precip and you're starting to lose some of the colder air, what happens is it gets above freezing at a certain level. And if it were snowing or raining hard, it would pull down cold air again. It would stay cold. So because we're going to have this lull, I think probably 40% D.C. would not get a mix. But I don't think D.C. is going to go above freezing on Sunday. So I think that is almost a lock too. All right, here's the NAM. Kind of like this. This kind of follows, you know, our thinking. 3 to 5 inches by 7 o'clock. Okay, it's going 6. I could live with that. And then it tries to, notice these numbers don't change much overnight Sunday, and I really like that, okay? But then this too tries to bring down, you know, some colder air and some more snow north and west of town. These numbers I can probably live with. Notice Manassas is not 9.5 inches, it's more like 7.5. So these numbers up toward Hagerstown seem reasonable to me with the second prong or the second storm. Questions? Not too many questions? Okay, are people excited? I hope you're excited about this. This is pretty good for us. To have a winter storm watch for the entire metro is, that's pretty cool. It covers the entire metro area. They didn't have northern counties in earlier, but they do now. Someone asked where it emerges? Well, the coastal low is going to emerge probably around off the coast of Norfolk, but it's going to form inland. So it's going to form maybe around Raleigh-Durham, as opposed to the real classic storms will take that track into the Ohio Valley and die, but then transfers energy directly off to the coast. So the storm develops offshore. This is going to develop inland a little bit and then have to get its way to shore. So this is what we're thinking for the second round. 3 to 6 inches additionally. Frederick, Leesburg. I got the band almost to 66. I got it into northern Fauquier County. I like that. I don't have it south into Manassas. But, I have you folks another 1 to 3 inches and a trace to an inch, La Plata and Fredericksburg. So you folks south and east, I've said this a million times, enjoy the snow Sunday. That's going to be the lion's share of your snow. Yeah, okay. Question about the National Weather Service and their watches. Because when we started this evening, winter storm watch did not cover Frederick County in Maryland or Washington County in Maryland, and also some of West Virginia. I think the reasoning, the thinking was that the initial batch of snow was not going to give them 5 inches, which is criterion for the watch, and they were probably going to wait to issue it maybe tomorrow for the second round, which would occur on Monday. You can only issue a watch 48 hours out, so they were probably thinking, okay, we'll wait until tomorrow for the Monday storm. But then they thought, uh-oh, and I think they made a good correction here, because I was kind of surprised. I think everybody's going to get a pretty good thumping of snow on Sunday. So everybody's under a watch now. Good question. Well, let's talk about where we're going to see the stronger, heavier bands of snow, because I think between like 9 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, it's going to become pretty heavy. This is Futurecast. So we got snow breaking out really early pre-dawn hours on Sunday. By 9 o'clock, so now we've got, this is the super light snow. See the gradations? Okay. When you see this dark blue, that's heavy snow. This is moderate snow. So I think we're going to see snow pick up in intensity. This is why I'm worried about it accumulating so fast. That's 9 o'clock in the morning. We've got, essentially heavy snow, Rockville through D.C., all of Fairfax, even heavy snow into southern Maryland. And lighter snow, ironically, up to the north and the west. That's at 2:30. Then we get into this changeover through Monday morning. Then we see the change back. And even by 7 o'clock on Monday, this is a pretty good little thumping of moderate snow. But much like summertime, I mean, it's going to be hard to say exactly where this heavy band of snow is going to end up. Could it end up in Gaithersburg to Frederick? Sure. Could it end up to D.C. to Manassas? Sure. I mean, those are fine details, but I think we're going to see a second round. I'm just not so sure it's going to move as far south in terms of the heavier amounts as the models. This is 7 a.m. Tuesday. I'm kind of surprised that they still have snow showers here Tuesday. I think they'll be gone by Tuesday. Maybe a flurry early, and then we clear out. Front Royal, you'll be able to build a snowman. Yes, it will be more difficult on Sunday. It'll be easier on Monday with a little wetter snow. But yes, you will definitely be able to build a snowman. In fact, everybody in the metro area will be able to build a snowman and have a snowball fight. And sled. Yes, and sled, more importantly. European model. Back to that question, will it stay all snow? Well, this is early in the morning on Sunday. This is now Sunday evening rather. And now notice it's all still snow. Even midnight Monday, late Sunday night, all snow. A little bit of a mix around D.C., but mainly snow. And then back to snow and moderate snow. But notice where the storm is. It's still just offshore and just south of our parallel, which is why I'm feeling a little better about the second wet round of snow. Sometimes what happens, and if you're old enough to remember, I think it was 2001. I think it was 2001. So it was at the end of December, New Year's Eve, big storm produced, big storm. Same storm, same deal. Got one storm coming in the Ohio Valley and dying out and reforming off the coast, okay? And so I think I went 2 to 4 in D.C. and then 4 to 8 north. Woke up, it was sunny. Yep. The storm developed and bombed out quickly, but it developed about 7,500 miles north of us. So we didn't see anything. So if folks are on the turnpike, New Jersey Turnpike, exit 1 had like 5 inches of snow. The time you got in the mid part of the turnpike, you had 20 inches of snow. It was a monster snow. And I went on the air that morning and said, I'd give you the same forecast again because it only developed 75 miles north of what we thought. And we knew it was going to be a monster storm. It had blizzard written all over it, wherever it was. And while we had sunshine, Philly North had a blizzard. So because this is not going to develop, we're going to see it develop over Raleigh and then see it kind of move out. That gives us more confidence that that second wave will come. The question is, how intense will it be and how far south will that second wave go? As opposed to watching a storm move into the Ohio Valley and then just jump off the coast of Atlantic City. Those missed us completely. Well, the European model and the U.S. model, I mean, it's like going to a doctor and you'll get 2 different opinions. You'll look at the same knee and he'll say this and she'll say that. I will say this. I think this year, the GFS, the American model, has done very well. And in past years, we kind of took it on the chin a little bit. The European model had faster computing power, so it could compute more data. The more data you can compute, theoretically, you'll get a better answer, more accurate answer. But now we've surpassed them with our computing power, which is great. And I think our models are every bit as good. And I think our model's done very well with this whole storm. The European, remember, it's been much more of a flip-flopper. Remember, it had 30 inches of snow in Manassas about 3 days ago. Now it's back down to 9. Okay, so it's off the meds. That's good. But, you know, we'll see all kinds of models. And we have dozens at our disposal. In the old days, we had like 2. So you'll see models come up with different outputs, and that's just because they have different equations. They're essentially taking the same data. Some are taking more data because they can compute it faster, but different equations, a little different take, and you know, we're always tweaking the models. We're still tweaking the models. This is essentially a new model, not the European, but the American model is new. It's been updated, and they're still kind of tweaking it a little bit. But good question. Okay, snow totals. Let's see where that is here. We know it's going to start early on Sunday. You're going to accumulate some kind of rapidly. Let's go off of this, and we know it's going to go back to snow on Monday, and then it's going to go away. We're looking at temps in the 50s next Thursday and Friday. I don't really care for that. And maybe Puxatawny will see a shadow. Maybe he won't see a shadow and declare early spring. So the storm itself will move again through the Texas Panhandle, into the Ohio Valley, and die out, and then give us that second storm. So here's what we're thinking. And this is, you know, pretty for us. You know, a lot of times we're like wringing our hands and drawing a band here and drawing a band along I-95 and then drawing a band here. Now, 3 to 5 inches across the board. 6 to 8, Harrisonburg, Charlottesville. So that's a pretty, one of our easier snowfall maps. And we're very confident because that's the moisture from the California storm. That is not the one that's going to redevelop on Monday. Well, it depends on where you are. Sunday, you know, we've got this 3 to 5 band across the board. On Monday, I've only got an inch or so south of D.C. I've got 1 to 3 around D.C., and then I've got another 4 to 6 inch band, Frederick, Gaithersburg, Leesburg, and north, with the second band. But again, south of D.C., you know, you're really 90%, if not more, of your snow will be on Sunday, not Monday. Let's see what, let me go past the barometer. We'll show you the computer models again, but they're getting a little better. The first wave, everybody's pretty much on board with the first batch of snow. It's the second Monday storm that they're sort of going, a little disagreement. And that makes sense because the storm hasn't developed. It makes perfect sense. Slick roads, dog towels, slow travel, whew, high. Power outages, low, but possible. Okay, let's just whirl through this. We know what's going to happen. We've got the snow on Sunday. We've got a lull on Sunday night. And then we've got the mix in rain and snow. Back to snow on Monday morning, maybe becoming heavy, north and west. So an additional 3 to 6 inches is possible north and west of a town. Frederick snowfall, 6 inches, that's the NAM. Again, these are just a few of the models we look at. Even in the next 48 hours, the models are still not lockstep. You'd expect the models to be, you know, pretty close. Well, they're not always that close. You have to kind of pick the model you like, pick the horse you like. Hagerstown, 1 to 6 inches. All right, so this is the GFS snowfall, which I think is pretty good. I like the NAM better, but we'll stop this at 7 o'clock. There are your snowfalls. Melissa, anyone have any questions about snowfall Sunday night, by Sunday night? Yeah, specific areas, yeah. Because here they are. College Park would be around 4.3. Leonardtown would be about 4.2. Gaithersburg about 3.5 to 4. Westminster would be, I don't know why they have 2.9. I'd give you 3 to 4, at least 3 up there. Virginia. Fredericksburg, almost 4. Culpeper, 4.5. Orange, 4. Charlottesville, 4.5. So that's ending 7 p.m. Sunday. So if you live in one of these cities, just remember this number, whatever number it is. Okay, we got roughly 4 in La Plata, 4 in D.C., and we'll say 3 in Frederick. Okay, so we got 4, 4, and 3. Now let's see what we add to that with a second thumping. This is by Monday morning. Well, now we got Frederick doubled all of a sudden, up to 7. These numbers haven't changed. Okay, haven't changed at all. Now we get in from 10 o'clock Monday all the way through Monday night. They have changed. The GFS says, hey, we're going to go from 4 to 8 in D.C. We're going to go from 3 all the way to 12 in Frederick, and we're going to go from 3 all the way to 6, 8 in La Plata. I think this is a little much. Again, I see a 4 to 6 inch dumping on the second round farther north and west of D.C. Leesburg, Clarksburg, north and west. I still see 1 to 3 inches as a second thumping for us in town, and then south of town, maybe an inch. All right, so we're going to have some new data in by 11 o'clock, and we'll see if we have a better idea of how much that first thumping will be. But again, everybody's going to see snow on Sunday. That's a lock at this point. We don't guarantee that too often. We can guarantee that you're going to see snow. It'll sleddable, and it will be plowable. So enjoy. Try to stay off the roads after Saturday night, because it's not going to be fun driving in this. All right? For now, I'm meteorologist Topper Schutt. We will see you at 11 o'clock. Of course, we're always online. We have a couple of articles on this. Also, Mary wrote an article about why it's so hard to predict these storms, and check that out as well. In the meantime, I'm going to grab some grub. See you at 11.